Next on Worcester News Tonight, an area cancer survivor will be recognized at Thursday night's Patriots game in an effort to promote early detection. Plus, families facing extended stays in area hospitals now have a new home in the city. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Congressman Jim McGovern is back in central Massachusetts after a trip to Cuba. And tonight he's speaking out about the impeachment inquiry into President Trump. Tuesday, the president's lawyers sent an 8-page letter to Democratic congressional leaders saying the president and his administration will not participate in Congress's impeachment inquiry. McGovern supports the inquiry, saying he believes there is a constitutional responsibility to do what is right. He says no one is above the law and it's up to Congress to move forward.
The latest revelation that he reached out to a foreign government and tried to shake down the president to manufacture dirt on one of Trump's political opponents, is beyond the pale. And then we know the administration tried to cover it up. That's just one of many crimes that this president is guilty of. Look, I think we ought to move forward with the inquiry. I think that will lead ultimately to articles of impeachment, and the House should vote on it.
House Democrats issued a subpoena for U.S. Ambassador to the European Union, Gordon Sondland. But the Trump administration blocked him from testifying before Congress this morning. The subpoena demands he turn over documents by October 14th and appear for a deposition on October 16th. Flu season is here, and the state's Department of Public Health is urging people to get vaccinated. According to DPH, there have been 82 confirmed flu cases in the state since the start of September. They say it's not uncommon for this time of year, but they recommend getting the vaccine as soon as possible. Last year, flu vaccinations among children and adolescents in Massachusetts were among the highest in the nation. DPH says people of all ages need to get one. For more information, you can visit mass.gov/flu. A teenager from Holden will be front and center at the start of Thursday night's Patriots game against the New York Giants. Cancer survivor Asa Floyd will be recognized before kickoff at the 50-yard line. It's part of NFL's Crucial Catch program, promoting early detection, education, and screening for cancer. The 18-year-old was diagnosed with testicular cancer in 2017 and has since been an advocate for early detection education and has worked closely with the 1540 Connection.
The 1540 came to my school my sophomore year in October, and they shared the importance of detecting cancer early, and it helped me out 2 months later. So I'm willing to do anything for them and anything for this cause. So when I heard about the Crucial Catch, I was more than happy to do it.
Next fall, Floyd will attend UMass Amherst on a baseball scholarship. He says he hopes being at Thursday night's game will inspire others. Kickoff is at 8:20. St. Vincent Hospital opens a new lab designed to treat patients with a common and potentially dangerous condition. The electrophysiology lab will allow the hospital to treat patients with irregular heart rhythms in a more timely manner. The Centers for Disease Control says millions of Americans deal with irregular heart rhythms every year.
We treat patients of all different ages and of all types of different cardiac arrhythmias. So an arrhythmia is an irregular heart rhythm disorder, and we treat diagnoses such as atrial fibrillation, ventricular tachycardia, ventricular arrhythmias. We perform pacemakers, defibrillators, implantable heart monitors.
St. Vincent Hospital has worked for more than a year on getting the second lab up and running. For people who have loved ones in the hospital, it's sometimes hard to find a place nearby to stay. 2 retired medical professionals are trying to help. They've opened a hospitality house near UMass Memorial Medical Center as an affordable option for families. Our Kim Jandro has more.
A home away from home for caregivers. It's the motto of Worcester's Healing Heart Hospitality House.
Both Carol and I are retired from UMass, and we saw the struggle that people went through on a daily basis to try to be with their loved one.
Co-founders Nancy Whalen and Carol Lewis opened the hospitality house in January of this year, steps away from UMass Memorial Medical Center on North Lake Avenue. It allows families to spend the night if a loved one is in the hospital for an extended period of time.
And they don't want to leave their patient because they could be in ICU or seriously ill, and they either sleep by the bedside or rent a hotel, which is very expensive.
The house is fully equipped with a refrigerator, 2 bedrooms, and a bathroom. Families only pay $60 a night.
We're also open to other hospitals in the area, and so St. Vincent's, people that go there, or either Memorial.
Whalen and Lewis have hosted families from Texas, Pennsylvania, and Florida, with visitors staying an average of 5 to 8 days. The two want people to know there is a place for them to stay if needed.
We'll make sure that people are covered and are comforted when they come here.
It comes in waves. We'll get referrals, and then this past month it was empty. So we're trying to get the word out to the community.
Now, at $60 a night, the house isn't making a lot of money, but the co-founders say it's not about the money. It's about providing people a place to stay during these tough times. They also get some donations. They've had about 20 people spend the night here since they opened up in January, and they say they obviously want to see that number increase significantly over time. We're in Worcester tonight. I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
A 2-year renovation project on the Plantation Street Bridge in Worcester is underway, and the state is reminding drivers of road closures. The bridge is not wide enough, so when it snows, the left lane can't be used and causes traffic backups. The new bridge will be 6 feet wider than the current one, with 3 travel lanes and sidewalks on both sides. Mass DOT says there will be delays, but the roadway will be open at the end of each workday. It's expected to be finished in the spring of 2021. In the wake of the tragic plane crash last week, the Collings Foundation is preparing for one of its biggest events of the year. As they mourn the loss of 7 lives, they're still on their mission to educate people about American history. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
The Collings Foundation is preparing a World War II reenactment this weekend. They're focused on their goal to teach history through an interactive experience while dealing with a terrible tragedy. Last week, their Wings of Freedom B-17 plane crashed at Bradley Airport, killing 7, including the pilot and co-pilot.
These are family members. They're very close to us. And the grieving and the sorrow is profound.
The Wings of Freedom Tour has visited 110 cities each year for 3 decades. They're suspending the rest of this year's flights while the NTSB investigates.
We will continue to do what we do to the best of our abilities and put a lot of emphasis, of course, on this wonderful museum and move forward.
Bob Maluski has been inside the B-17.
I've seen it go up many times, and I know somebody that's been in it.
The Navy veteran says the tragedy hits home.
Of the ones that went in it, most of them were ex-veterans, and just like myself and the rest of us here, naturally you're sad to hear something like that.
The community is surrounding the foundation with support. Thousands are expected this weekend to witness 7 World War II tanks and hundreds of reenactors in action.
That's what we really strive to do with this reenactment, is engage people in the history to the point of wanting to learn more.
World War II veterans will also speak about their experience so people can learn from those who served.
This greatest generation, they're soon leaving us. So it's up to all of us, and up to events like this, and up to organizations like this, to keep this history alive.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.